Hey everybody, Andy Scott back again for another installment in our series of training videos for the Medic Registry Reporting Interface. In this video, we're going to talk about the Abstraction Status Report. Okay, so the Abstraction Status Report is really a pretty basic table that just shows you where you're at with your progress of getting your cases abstracted. We'll go through the columns in a second, but just as a reminder, this is one of the tabs on top. So we're looking at our PE cases now. So you've got your PE dashboard, your PE trend graph, your PE trend table, your PE case list, and your PE abstraction status. So what this table does, it just shows you how many cases you have and what your progress is. So going through the columns just a little bit, on your far left column, you've got your time period. So right now it's set for months, so November, December, January, February, March, April. Tells you how many cases are complete. Tells you how many are complete but wrong cohort. Tells you how many are draft. So this is how many someone has open and is working on right now, and how many have yet to start. Add those all up, you get the grand total column. So really, it's just a pretty kind of bare bones, straight to the point way of showing you where you're at with your cases. So a couple reminders in this is that this does show you just the PE cases. There is a separate report that's called the Abstraction Status Report All Initiatives that will show you all of your cases. So it depends what you want to look at. If you want to know how many chest pains you have left, go into the chest pain. If you want to know how many PE, go to the PE. Or if you just want to know how many cases do we have, period, go to the All Initiatives report. So a couple things to point out in this graph or in this table. One, over on the right, again, we have our filters, same as every other tab. If you are somewhere where you have access to more than one hospital, you can change that there. You can choose all to choose all your hospitals combined, or you can choose a particular hospital in the dropdown. You could change the diagnostic filters. I don't really know why you'd want to do that in this, or you can change the date range. That might be a little bit more helpful to you. So that's basically how you get this table. One thing I did want to point out really quick, and that it sounds like this would be helpful to some of the abstractors based on my understanding, is the default is this is going to come in a month by month basis, but you can hover over the month visit date here, press the plus, and get it down to a day by day visit. I mean, they call it visit, but essentially that's going to tell you how many cases were on each day. What it doesn't necessarily tell you is what day they were abstracted on, so that's probably not as helpful as we would like it to be, but it does at least show you, break it down by the visit day. So we have heard that it would be helpful for people to know how many cases you abstracted on a particular day. That is on our list. Realistically, we're probably talking June before we get that updated, but at least you can see how many cases were abstracted by the visit date, if that's helpful to you. So again, just as a kind of final summary, this just shows you your progress on your abstraction. We got our time period, amount of cases complete and wrong cohort, how many are in progress, how many you've not started, and the grand total for each time period.